Alright, welcome back to another drawing video. So today, I drew Heavenly Wings Erys, I think that's her name. So, I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out, although there's, still a lot wrong with it. So I guess let's just start from the top, shall we? So the idea here is that, I wanted to make it look a bit more dynamic. So I tried to add some crazy perspective into it, like foreshortening on the box of chocolates that you can see there, as well as the hand. And I think I could have made that a bit bigger to make the lie a bit more convincing. I could have easily done that too with the freaking. I could have just selected it and then enlarged it. I'm so not used to being able to do that because I've been practicing a lot in traditional, but I guess I should start utilizing that a bit more. And then the other thing is that I also wanted to go with kind of a downward angle, so you're looking from above down at Erys. Problem with that is that it doesn't actually look like that anymore, because let me tell you, in the sketch it actually looked great before I actually drew the skirt, because you can see her legs taper off down, and it looked like a pretty convincing downward angle. And then I drew the skirt, and all of a sudden it turned to crap, which I can only imagine it's because I just don't know how to draw loose-fitting clothing like that in a downward angle. So I guess that's something I'm gonna have to keep in mind for the future. But I did add a shadow that you can see very faintly on the ground there to kind of fix the mistake. And the shadow doesn't look great. This was actually the first time I've tried adding a shadow like that, so, for that, it kind of doesn't look bad, I guess. But whatever. Moving on to the left hand, or right, I guess. That one looks a little small. I think I could have made that a bit bigger. The arm in particular doesn't look great, especially around the elbow area, so that should have been done a bit better. I also wanted to try to see if I could make it seem like she's licking chocolate, but I guess I couldn't do that, so I just left it like that. Looks super weird now. And her knuckles don't look great either. Should have put some more effort into that. Oh well, guess we can go back to that later. Then aside from that, I actually finally drew in fingernails, because before this, I never gave my characters fingernails, because I never drew that when I'm doing traditional, because it's really hard to do when you're working with a pencil, but on this I could actually do it pretty easily. I think I drew the ear a little too high up as well, and the chin also doesn't look too great. But I am pretty happy with how the right hand turned out. That one looks kind of decent, I guess. I don't think you should be able to see the little piece that you can see to the right of the thumb there. But aside from that, it looks pretty good. Now, the difficulty here was drawing the actual outfit, because I'm still not that good at drawing clothing. Need way more practice on that. But I think it turned out pretty well. Well, actually, first let's look at the wings. So, never drawn wings before, and obviously they look like garbage because of that. So, I guess the bottom feathers don't look terrible, but then in the middle, I tried to add some feathers just by using the shading color, and I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it. So it turned out like that. Oh, I also got some foreshortening on the wings there. That was the idea. Don't know why I did that, because I'm not really sure what it adds, but I guess that doesn't look terrible. So yeah, onto the clothing. In the center you can see all of those frills there, and I completely messed those up. I desperately need some more practice when it comes to drawing frills, because I haven't drawn those in a very long time. In fact, I've never specifically focused on practicing those. So I really need to work on that again. Although with the shadows there, it doesn't look terrible, at least when you're completely zoomed out, so I guess that's a good thing. That's another thing, the shadows are really good at hiding mistakes. I pretty much just put them, haphazardly on the shirt, and somehow it looks kind of right. There are certain spots where it still looks off, but for the most part it doesn't look terrible, I guess. She also has some frills at the end of her sleeves, and I was legitimately trying to draw those, but it turned out like that, so that's my bad. I should have paid more attention to that. Aside from that, the skirt doesn't look bad, but I think that, like I said, that's where I think I went wrong with the perspective. So that I probably should have shown the bottom opening of the skirt, because you can see there's a part in the back there where it kind of comes out. I think I should have done that with the rest of the skirt as well, to really give off the illusion of a downward angle. The hat also doesn't look bad, although it's nothing like the actual hat that she's wearing, because if I remember her official art, or even her 3D model, it doesn't look like half an apple, which is pretty much what I drew. Although, it looks pretty good with the shadows on the hair right there. And speaking about the hair, that's something that I'm really struggling with right now, trying to get the right flow of the hair, because in my case, it just looks like blocks of hair that are coming down like that. Whereas with some of the really good anime artists that you can find on like Pixiv, for instance, they really make it look like it's real hair, and like that's the level that I'm trying to get to, but it's gonna be a while before I can do that. Although I did learn that you can just have like some random strands come out, like I have one in the back there, and it makes it look a bit more dynamic. And then the belt buckle in particular, I messed that one up so hard because I still don't know how to shade those metallic parts, because I messed this up on the Summer Maria drawing, the last one that I did as well, because she has those metallic ornaments on her leg. I'm not sure what the purpose of that thing is, but she does have it, and I completely messed it up. Then same thing here with the belt buckle, no idea how to do it. I guess I have to add more highlights to it or something. But that's something that I'll improve over time when I get more into drawing objects, which, you know, recently I actually did start to learn how to draw backgrounds. Not backgrounds in particular, but just like random objects like chairs and tables and shelves and that sort of stuff. So the better I get at that, the better I'll get at drawing these accessories. I also didn't really draw that many details when it comes to the actual outfit, because as you can see from her 3D model, she also has some patterns on her skirt, as well as the hat. She has like a little emblem on it, and didn't draw those because I know they would turn out horribly. I have no idea how to draw those. No idea how people even do stuff like that. But I did do like on the box of chocolate, you can see that it says Happy Valentine, and the way I did that was I drew all of that upside down. No, I didn't. I just used the perspective warp thing in Photoshop to add the text on there, which is pretty simple actually. But the box on her official art, the box has some more details, which again I didn't draw those. But overall, it doesn't look too bad. Pretty happy with it. So let me know if you've got any tips or other criticisms. Just put those in the comments, and I'll be sure to take those to heart. If you have any other suggestions on what characters I should draw, leave those in the comments as well, because I might draw one of those in the future. And I guess that about does it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I guess I'll see you all later. Peace!